Friends, today we have assembled here for a very important topic, recent changes made in the Finance Act regarding TDS and TCS provisions. We have with us Dr. Raghuveer Madanappa, sir, is CIT TDS Kolkata, and the session will be chaired by our Dr. Advocate R.S. Kochar. So both the doctors are there. One from department side and one from the our professional body. Yeah. So the topic is very important. Only one thing, uh, I know Chairman sir will take up all the issues. Now, in this budget, decriminalization of TDS provisions has taken place. That is very welcome step. We wholeheartedly welcome the steps taken by the government. Earlier, even for single day default, technically prosecution could have been launched. Now that has been nicely liberalized. Now, sir will definitely deliberate upon the issue. Only my request is, sir, since this has taken place and the intention of the government is to decriminalize it, so the cases against whom the prosecution notices has been issued for the defaults, whether those notices will be continued or those will be dropped, since when the government has given its intention that after the date of the filing of the return, if the payments are made, prosecution will not lie. With this, now we'll start our Saraswati Bandana and hand over the proceedings to our secretary for subsequent proceedings. Om Ya Kundendu Tushar Dhavala Ya Subhravastrabhita Ya Veena Varadanda Manditakara Ya Sete Padmasana Ya Brahma Achyuta Sankara Prabhita Devai Sada Vandita Shyamam Patu Saraswati Bhagavati Nishesi Jadyam Paha. Okay, thank you.
Good evening, friends. Today, I, on behalf of BBD Bag Professional Association, welcome Dr. Raghuveer Munappa, CIT TDS, along with his team, here to our BBD Bag Asika Conference Hall for recent changes in TDS TCS, a interactive session with him so that he can throw the light on the recent provisions and the changes proposed in this budget for the benefit of all of us. So let me do the honor of introducing Dr. Raghuveer Madanappa. Dr. Raghuveer Munappa is an IRS of 2006 batch, and he has served the income tax department in Mumbai, Udaipur, and he is now in Kolkata. He was promoted as JCIT in the year 2015. He has now been promoted as CIT in January 2024. He is holding a CIT charge. He is a regular speaker and can speak on any subject or topic. He has a vast knowledge and is a very sincere officer of the department. He works very hard and he has a desire to educate the SSC. All the times he cooperates with the SSC. With these words, I request all of you to give him a big round of applause. Now, Dr. Paras Kochar, our chairman of for this session. क्या कहूं इनके बारे में Dr. Paras Kochar, advocate and tax consultant, author, newspaper columnist, speaker, amateur astrologer, YouTuber, website operator, regular TV appearances. Is a man of diversified qualities. Yes, all rounder. His native place is in Bikaner, Rajasthan, but he is practicing in Kolkata. He has so far visited 32 cities of India for delivering his lectures in seminars on income tax, motivational, social, and spiritual topics. His workshop, designed on survey, search, and seizure, is its kind of only one in India. Corporate and business houses regularly invite Dr. Kochar for the workshops. He has written a book on search and seizure in a question answer formats. A very beautiful book. He is authoring another book on plan your wealth through will, succession, trust, etc., which is going to be released very soon. His articles on income tax and articles and poems on spiritual and motivational topics are regularly being published in various newspapers and magazines. He also runs a channel in YouTube in the name of Swastik Knowledge. He also operates a website. He also appears live on TV channel to discuss various topics of Income Tax Act regularly. His autobiography was also telecasted on TV channels like Paras TV and Color TV. Dr. Kochar handles search and seizure matters in Kolkata as well as in other cities. He also deals in appeal cases and consultancy matters and is a retainer of lot of corporate houses in India. He has also been as well president of DTPA, Direct Tax Professional Association, Lions Club of Kolkata, Toliganj, Avantika, and vice president of Tax Advocates Association of Bengal, and our this very own association, BBD Bag, senior vice president of BBD Bag Professional Association, treasurer of Jito East Zone, and also NEC member of All India Federation of Tax Practitioners, and various other associations. With these words, I would like you to please give him a big round of applause to our own very Dr. Paras Kochar. I request now Dr. Paras Kochar to start the proceedings.
Hello. Thank you, Rakesh ji. President C. Ashok ji Maheshwari, Secretary Rakesh ji Dhaniwal, IPP Vyas ji, my colleagues, the dignitaries of Income Tax Department. I have been really privileged to chair this session because the sole speaker is our CIT TDS Sri Raghuveer Madanappa. It's really a matter of pride for me to chair the session. He's really a very, very good speaker and he has immense knowledge on the subject. And I think we all will be very much benefited, particularly when we will able to know the another side of our practice, for which we are very little aware, and he will also solve our certain queries. And the best thing is that he has come with his team. All the senior officers of the TDS department are present here. Very rarely such type of seminars are organized in which the entire team of the TDS section of the income tax department remain present. So I am personally thankful to CIT sir for accepting my request to come here to share his views. He will cover TDS aspects and recent developments and other problems which we are facing. Friends, TDS signifies the word tedious. It signifies the word tedious. Really, it is tedious. Why? It is tedious for the SSC because the SSC would deduct tax at source and deposit into the government. Sorry, and deposit into the government exchequer. It doing free of charge. It's the agent of the government. He's taking no money. So definitely it is a tedious work for him, for which he is not being paid anything. Secondly, it is definitely tedious for those whose tax is deducted, and definitely for the income tax officials who every day has to come across the practitioners like us with so many grievances and complaints. It is only not tedious for the central government, for the finance minister, because he is able to collect the tax with little efforts only through professionals like us. We are being paid by our by our SSC for doing work on behalf of the department. Friends, I would like to put certain suggestion before the Honorable CIT sir and his team. Although the Finance Minister had made certain changes in this bill, made certain amendments, and hope that in the next budget these amendments can be taken. 194 dividend, basic limits for deducting TDS should be increased from rupees 5,000, which was brought in the year 2002. In 22 years, the limit is same, that 55,000 is nothing now. 194A, interest on loan. Minimum limit for deduction of tax at source is again that 5,000, and it was brought in the year 2007. And 194R TDS on packages, the limit is 20,000, which is too low. Really, the small SSC, a small businessman have to face this small limit. So, and all these limits were made in past 20 years back, 15 years back, and if you go through the inflation, this limit has become useless. So the limit should be increased. This is my request. Friends, as we all know that the TDS authorities have no power to rectify the order of CPC TDS, whereas the assessing officer has such powers. If such power is given to the TDS authorities, it will help the SSC in reducing unnecessary litigation and harassment. Although it is between the department, but if it is being done, definitely the SSC will not suffer. Sometimes it is seen that the tax deductor fails to deposit the TDS amount in exchequer as per section 205. The person claiming the said TDS cannot be held responsible for making payment. We are thankful to the government that the government is not making us responsible. But if the said TDS is ultimately not deposited, the demand of the income tax return filer remains same because he has claimed it in his return. Payment is not made by the deductor, so his demand remains the same. How he is responsible for this non-payment? Until now, I don't think some such harsh step have been taken by the government to collect TDS from the non-deductor, which can help to the deductee. Friends, when the TDS returns are processed and some demand is raised and the assessee makes the payment of the same as in normal income tax processing, it is not tagged with the demand. The return is required to be revised by incorporating the details of challan for vacating the demand. Hence, direct tagging system should be introduced as in the normal income tax processing, it will reduce the burden of the assessee. Repetition of the returns are to be filed along with the challan. And when already there is a system in the normal income tax proceeding, so if in the income tax portal is being made, it will help we and the SSEs or the officers also. Sir. Few years back, the finance minister made certain changes in survey related to TDS. Really, those changes are very good, and after those changes, the SSEs are harassment of the SSC has reduced, some positive changes, and we hope in future also the government will bring such positive changes, because the survey has been restricted to TDS proceedings only, mere orders. The officers on survey cannot go beyond the TDS verifications. It's good move by the government. Prosecution is another grey area where the government should think seriously. It should bring amendment to differentiate between non-payment and delayed payment. In fact, if there is a delayed payment, it is treated as non-payment. Legally, it can be, because if we fail to pay even for 1 day, it can be said that there was a non-payment. But practically, it is a different thing. If the payment is being made, then it should be differentiated with the non-payment. Those who made the payment till the filing of the notice, because before the department made any step to collect the due payment, then it should not be treated as non-payment, and no prosecution should be started. You are charging interest, you are imposing penalty, then why prosecution for late payment, for delay in payment? It's my humble suggestion, sir. You may hike the interest rate, that those who are paying late for 12 months, this will be the rate. For another 12 months, this will be the rate. You hike the rate, sir. You hike the penalty percentage for delaying payment. But don't initiate prosecution proceedings, sir. It is very fine that the central government is keen for compliance of TDS payment and TDS statement furnishing. With introduction of digital system, compliance is also getting better shape. Non-compliant SSC should be taken seriously by the department. We have no objection, sir. It's very correct. Those who are non-compliant, definitely they should be taken seriously, sir. Excess payment of TDS results in refund. Ultimately, the excess payment of TDS means refund. Sir, the government should not give refund to the SSC. Rather, it should adjust the refund against advance tax payment or self-assessment tax. Now, sir, there is a digital system. All banking payment we are making through digitals. Then what is the harm if the government makes such system that whatever refund is due, it will be adjusted against the self-assessment tax, regular tax, or advance tax subject to consent of the SSC. If the SSC is not interested, there is no problem. It will reduce the compliance, the working of the department, the working of the SSC to a great extent, sir. एक तक आप लेते हो फिर दूसरे दिन वापस देते हो, आई डोंट फील कि व्हाट इज द बेनिफिट, सर. और कितनी मशीनें लगती है ऐसे डिपार्टमेंट की, सर. एंड वी टू, सर. Honorable Finance Minister has made certain amendments in the Income Tax Act related to TDS provisions. I personally welcome the suggestion made for TDS. She has reduced several rates of TDS. It shows that she at least think for the poor SSCs also. The only suggestion in respect of those amendments I will make is in respect of section 194T related to TDS on interest, remuneration, salary, commission, etc. being paid to partners. This is a very, very important amendment being made in this act. But sir, I personally feel there is one big error in this amendment, sir. Because in most of the cases, in the partnership form, it is being mentioned that the remuneration will be paid to the partner as per the book profit mentioned in section 40AB. And that is calculated when the accounts are finalized or audit is finalized. So normally it is July or afterwards. But the payment of TDS is to be made on or before 31st May. Sorry, 30th April. So it is not possible, sir. It is impossible. How the profit can be calculated on 30th April, on or before 30th April? So one specific amendment should be made, and particularly in case of partnership firm, the date of TDS should be 30th October, 30th November, or whatever the case may be, account finalization like this, or within 1 month of the return filing, whatever it may be. But it should not remain 30th April. Otherwise, every partnership firm will have to get its partnership bid or, altered, changed. It is really causing a serious problem. Friends, these are the certain suggestions which I have made, and now I hand over the proceeding to the Honorable CIT sir.
Thank you, Dr. Saab, and uh, thank you for giving me this opportunity uh, to explain the finance bill changes, and also I will take you through the some emerging areas. You may be knowing, but what department is thinking, what you are thinking, what SSC is thinking, I put it in a very good manner in the second presentation. First, we will take you to the whatever already doctors have made so many suggestions. Some are covered, some are not covered in that. Anyway, we will go through what are the significant changes. These changes actually, some of the changes are very good. They are like aim to streamline tax collection, this enhance the compliance and address the various concerns related to TDS and TCS. Agenda of this presentation is next. This these are the these points where we can I will explain in detail. Reduced TDS rates, TDS on repurchase of units 1 section 194F removed, new TDS on payment to just now Parasab was discussing. Next, these are TCS scope and threshold changes. These were the widened TCS scope, lower TDS, threshold changes for removable property. Next, we'll discuss in detail. This is the agenda. Then ease in claiming credit, alignment of interest rates, inclusion of taxes withheld outside India, excluding some like 194J versus 194C, time limit to file correction statements. These are the changes, broad heads. Then procedural changes, as we talked about prosecution 276B and also penalty. These are the, yes, rates. Hmm? Yeah, wherever 5% earlier there was a TDS rate that was reduced to 2% like 194D, payment of insurance commission, 194DA, 194G, and 194H, IBM, and 194O, that is the major concern of the industry, that was reduced to 0.1. I will explain to you the rationale ahead of this next this previous. So this 194F is removed from 20% to 0. That is the payment related to this UTI, repurchase of units by UTI. These are the effective dates. You can, everyone knows, but just for academic purpose. Next. Yeah. No, no. This is the ease in claiming credit for TCS collected, TCS salaried employees. This is the major concern for many of the employees as well as employer, because for an employee, if they are like, example is I wrote if they are buying some luxury goods, they are going for like foreign tour, TCS will be collected. For salaried employee, that is not reflecting in the employers, or they are not giving like respective DDOs or whoever the finance controller. So that if they taken into account the TCS deducted for some other heads, then their TDS burden will be reduced. So this is the one step where simplified tax compliance and reduce administrative burden. So that is for an employer also, some fund will be like big organization like IIT Kharagpur you take, they are paying TDS itself 150 crore. So for employees, they have, if they have say, like certain TCS, that will be a fund blockers will be taken care. Next, alignment of interest for late payment to government account of TCS. This actually 206C7, there was only 1%. This was also like not in align with the 201 1A interest, that is 1.5%. So to actually rationalize alignment of interest, they have increased to 1.5. There also there is a government intention is to incentivize prompt compliance. If you are like if they are taking advantage of 1.5, so they made enhancing tax administration efficiency and revenue collection. These are the reason this was actually increased, but it is an who those who prompt compliance is there for them, it is a good step and also like a deterrent step. Next. This is what we have discussed, and also there are some many came to me and they objected for 20,000 is too low. There is the one more point, and also Dr. Sav already told his what are the objections for this section. This is mainly introduced for like persons like smaller firms. They are taking say smaller salary whatever, they are like they are not into coming into tax net. Main purpose of this is to widening the tax base, government intention. So partner of small partnership firms, even though they may not have like if there is a TDS, there is a compulsion to file ITR. That is the like one person who is not in the tax net, he will come into tax net by filing an ITR because he has to take the refund back that was deducted in like partnership firm. But the major concerns of like account finalization, and that we will write to you, give us representation through your association, we will send it to board. Next. This is the another section amended, where like earlier there is only motor vehicles greater than 10 lakh, there is a TCS. Now whoever like high net worth individuals buying luxury goods, those will now come into tax net. The person who is selling, they have to collect TCS. This list of luxury goods will be notified in the due course, like luxury watches, other items. Nowadays, the market is very huge. Luxury goods market in India is growing, and this is the number one growing area in the India. Yeah, it's true. If you go to Mumbai, major metro cities, all luxury malls are coming. There you will see only foreign brands. If you pick up anything, not less than 5 lakh. People are going and coming out. Many people, but people are buying also. Next. This is one of the major amendment because people are using this section like property value is more than 50 lakh, but multiple uh, buyers. No, no, they will, it will be there in the like giant only. Paid is more than 50 only, but they will take the advantage of there are two persons in the deed. So each claiming 50-50, so they are not deducting. So to do away with those type of transactions, even though there is a multiple buyer and sellers, if whole value of the property, deed, deed of that property is more than 50 lakh, they have to deduct this TDS. These are the new things added. Floating rate saving bonds also came into this, or any security of the central government or state government, as the central government may be notified in the official gazette. This will be added this time. Next. This is the one of the good move. Like outside, like as per DTAA, someone is working outside, they are getting salary. There also say in the year there may be 6 months here, another 6 months there. That type of people earlier used to have so many difficulty. I worked in international taxation also. Many salaried employees have so much problem in getting this credit. Now as the amendment came, it is very good for persons who like offshore working or somebody coming from outside to work here now. India is a hub for so much development and other manufacturing activity. This is a very good amendment so that it is easy for them to claim the taxes paid outside India, or somebody paid here, they can claim outside also. Next. This section actually 194J, if you somebody paid, somebody already collected TDS in under 194J, they again need not to like go for 194C. Earlier there was so much confusion in the industry as well as the persons who are actually working there, work for those industries. So this now it is categorically said if 194J is covered, there is no need of 194C. So it will resolve the confusion, correct application of TDS provisions, that tax deduction with correct nature of payment. These three things will be ensured after this amendment. Now this direct tax Vivad Se Vishwas scheme 24 is also that everything will be notified in due course, and same is applicable for TDS appeals also. This actually from 31 2020 to 22 July 2024. This in between this period, any appeal is pending that is eligible. The appeal which is pending before 31 2020 and still it is pending, then there will be 10% extra. So if appeal is in this window, whatever only tax you have to pay. If it is appeal is before 31 2020, then it will be 110% of the tax. For penalty and the interest disputes, it will be 25%, and if it is before 31/20, it is 30%. Next, these rules will come that anyhow it will be notified in Gazette. Next, 276B, as per my understand, just now our speaker has said decriminalization was done, but only to the small extent, my understanding. But rules to be notified, how they will frame the rules and all we have to see. The quarterly statement, now you got one more month, like June payment, July you have to file quarterly statement. Till that time, whatever you have made a default from April to June, those payment within that month you have to pay. Before that, filing of a return. This is what my understanding. So the other things are same. If they say by July, if they are not paid, then there will be it will go into normal section, whatever is already there. That was the anyhow they will all rules will be notified, but that is a major, like somebody who wants to follow this, it will be a very good move by the government, so that within a month you can arrange the funds and you can pay. Within a month means before filing of the return, quarterly return. Next. This very good amendment now. For residents earlier up to 7 years, we can make them as assessee in default. Now it is 6 years. Non-resident, there was no limit. Now both resident and non-resident, only 6 years, up to 6 years only, uh, we can make them assessee in default. This is one other very good move, like exchanges and other deductor or deductee. The person who is not a deductor also, they can file the statements. This will be next from next year. It is applicable. Next. This there was a section called 194Q. So in this section, now you can apply for 197 certificate. Earlier it was not there. So this will be very useful because 194Q is about purchase and sale. Though it is a point one, if it is a loss-making company, it is very much useful. Like to release the working capital for more product utilization. Even for other companies also, it will be a very good move for like funds will not be blocked. Main content. Next. It's now like in TCS, wherever there is a like exempt some institute or company is there, then TCS provisions they have like bring a very good amendment. They need not to like CBDT will now notify which institutes, which class of institutes, association, bodies maybe they will notify in exempting in collecting the taxes because there is a problem because they are not any subjected to tax. Uh, that is the problem. That problem is done away with now. Yes. So now, in alignment with that 6 year earlier, I told that amendment. Now you can file up to 6 years only these correction statements. Beyond that, you cannot do any correction statements. Next. This is same in alignment with already that amendment. There is no expiry of period of 1 month from the time prescribed for furnishing such statement. There is no penalty for that. It's a very good move and it will increase the compliance rate also. Next. This section like uh, no, no, this is the, like claiming credit for TCS of minor. Some many NRIs are working outside. They will send money in the name of their children. So definitely there will be a now tax credit will be a problem because it is in the name of the minor. Now this section introduced that amendment they have done. The parent can claim the whatever TDS credit in the the TDS credit in the name of the minor. But that too there was a condition whenever that income is clubbed to parent only. Minor's income should be clubbed with the parent. then they can claim the TDS of the minor. So that's a very good move because it will have a equitable tax treatment and compliance clarity for taxpayers. Otherwise, it will be a huge amounts because NRIs will send huge amounts for like they want to buy property in the name of their child or whoever. Now that will be it's a rationalized move and it will not go unwasted. Otherwise, they have to leave that because it will not go to anyone because he is a minor. Next, oh, next, नहीं नहीं वो नहीं. Hmm. अरे वो mouse इधर नहीं. And the second part, hello. The second part of presentation, this is very important and like a thought provoking as you are all tax professionals and it will be very useful in guiding your assessees because these are the newly introduced sections and also what department is thinking that also I have put it that is actually for departmental purpose but I want to discuss with you. You can guide them in a correct manner. Next. These are the recently introduced relatively new provisions. 194N cash withdrawals, 194O e-commerce sale, 194Q purchase, 194R benefits and perquisite, and 194S virtual digit asset sale and potential areas of concern. What are the concerns for this 4-5 sections? And it is very useful and it is we can ponder over it. Next, you see 194N, it's effective from 1919, TDS at 2% and cash paid exceeding rupees 1 crore during one financial year from one or more accounts of a person. TDS to be deducted by bank, that's because it is a cash withdrawal or cooperative bank or post office. Deductee can be anyone, individual, HUF, firm or company. There was a new condition from 2020, same like earlier for other sections also. If assessee is non-filer for previous 3 years, rate will go 5% and threshold will also come to 20 lakhs. This is actually for us, for you also it is a challenge in discussion with the assessees. Either bearer check is also liable for TDS in this because it is ultimately there will be a cash withdrawal or it will go to some other because it is a bearer check. Actually, there is no clarification as of now in the Act. We are also giving suggestion to board to give clarity on this. The other major challenge or concern for us is section is not applicable if accounts are maintained with the multiple banks and combined cash withdrawal exceeds 1 crore. Usually big companies or wherever there is a cash withdrawal, they will have multiple bank accounts, multiple branch, there will be working all over India. But there is no such facility, because definitely if you combine 2 3 branches or 2 3 bank accounts, it will be, if, if at all in the same bank multiple accounts, it will be combined, but not with the other banks or other branches. So that is a challenge. On this section already there was a writ petition, but court said even though you are like exempt, as it is a nature of mandatory, you have to deduct. How we will get refund and all? Yeah, this mainly cooperatives and tea industries. Tea industry also gave us a representation, like they have to withdraw, and also 194N also no TDS, no lower TDS. This time they have introduced 194Q. Like if lower TDS is there for this section, this tea industry and other wherever there is a loss making, they can come for lower deduction. No, no, it is applicable. N you are talking, no? It is no, no. This is for cash withdrawal. Anyone, tea industry, especially cooperatives, cooperative bank, because they are exempt under ATP. If we deduct, what we will do? That is the, like earlier we discussed. No, same. Now some provisions are they are giving. Well, let us see. Hmm. This 194O already 1% to 0.1% they made. Rationale behind this is 194Q for purchase or sale side. There is already 0.1% TDS. Now this 194O is also same thing, but it is e-commerce platform. So many representations came to board and they consider it, and now to rationalize the 194Q with 994O, they made it 0.1%. Now it is from this year October it is 0.1%. It is applicable to direct payment from buyer to seller also. TDS to be like e-commerce. Deductee can be residential individual, HUF, firm or company. Like exemption for HUF, individuals and HUF, transaction up to 5 lakhs in a financial year if PAN or other is furnished. No, no, no. In this there are, because it is a so much you know like Amazon, Flipkart, their merchandise value is runs into lakhs of crores. So even point one will be very huge for them. And also these are all like startup type. They will be burning cash. There will be so much losses. So for that, there are many circulars clarifying this, who is applicable, who is for which company it is applicable and all. So like that, these circulars I summarized. Not applicable to transaction on recognized stock exchanges, not applicable to payment gateways if e-commerce operator is deducting TDS. Like that, these are the circular numbers are I mentioned, you can go through. So many e-commerce apply. This is for our department purpose, but that's what I told you. They should be, whoever coming in this, they should be come with all the data in a real-time manner, then we can verify and give the lower TDS certificate. Next. Hmm? But, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, totally. 194Q, as I told, 0.1% TDS on purchase from parties with whom total purchase in a financial year exceeds 50 lakhs. And a buyer side, same and the buyer's business turnover is 10 crore in a preceding financial year. These are the other provisions. So for a challenge for us is like 194Q for non-resident. If he is buying from an Indian entity, there is a debatable. For non-residents, anyhow, they covered under equalization levy. That is the other levy government is collecting. So that is a gray area. Uh, so 194Q is not applicable for a person who is exempt from the income tax. These are all the clarification came. So in this, actually earlier we are talked about like property more than 50 lakhs. So like that, there will be arrangements here also. More than 50 means they will reduce, or so it is applicable to like slump sale, purchase of unlisted company shares and NCDs, advance payments. These are the good areas where you can discuss with your assessees to like you can whatever punitive measures that they can be that can be saved. Otherwise, SSC will be unnecessarily subjected to like interest. If auditor in the end, if he says you should have done, you will do now in the while finalizing the account. By that time, already 4 months passed. So again, same thing. TDS, this it will be there will be a delay payment, and it will be subjected to like prosecution and other interest penalties also. This 194R, this is very important and also being talked widely after its introduction because its threshold is just 20,000 rupees. In this, very important is capital assets also included in the benefits. Sales and cash discounts, rebates are excluded. There are even out-of-pocket expenses, dealer conferences, medical samples, all will be like say very tough. I think for a employee to follow all this, but it is there in the act. We have to follow. That's because all are included, almost all. Now you see what opportunity we are seeing applicable to free gifts to social media influencers also. No, not returned to providers. So that is how we will see things. And also, this is why I am discussing all this. You can discuss whenever there is an opportunity, like audit committee will be there while finalizing. You may be auditors for big banks, big business houses. Next. Huh, matlab anyone, any person. No, no, resident giving to non-resident also it is there. Uh, any person in India means company, anyone who is giving. Because the person who gives deduct TDS, no, not the person who takes. This is the digital asset. Now market is so much down. because of so much regulatory and other concerns. Even then, if somebody have digital asset like this virtual currencies, cryptocurrencies, they are subjected to 1% TDS. Uh, when if you do on the exchange also, exchange is responsible for deducting the TDS. Or uh, this we have already discussed. These there is a data can be collected like NBFC. Interest is being paid by the builders on behalf of the property buyers. There also we are seeing the scope. Intercorporate interest payments like 194N, I already discussed that cooperative societies, they have to deduct only 194O. That is for like 194O is for e-commerce operator. But e-commerce you may be seeing somebody like buying like Zomato. There will be a handling fee. There will be a platform fee. That is for us, but for you also, you can suggest the clients wherever if you have a client of e-commerce. For those things also they have to do like that is come under other section. Commission, these things they have to do. Hmm. 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 Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. But actually speaking, that will come under yeah. Yeah, that's what. If we are wherever if we have like a big evasion in that in that particular class of assessees, we have to go for like e-verification or surveys only. Then that line of class of assessees will they will accept. Uh, I know the difficulty. Many people are coming. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a real difficulty, but as per provisions, it should be. Yeah, like 194Q, same thing. If you take, if there is a slum sale, whether to deduct or not, it is not purchase of unlisted company shares, non-convertible debentures. So these are all like concerns, area of concern. What you said is correct. They will not accept. We will also not accept. That is the problem. That is the problem. Ah. Hmm. Uh, It's a purchase, no? But no. It's if it is above 50 lakhs only. Threshold is also important. That's what we wrote. Potential areas of concern. Uh, next. So the final leg of our presentation is like prosecution. Prosecution who I am handling at CIT level. So whoever comes, they will accept there is a TDS default. He is a defaulter. So that is proved. Then interest and penalty also paid, whatever. Even then, now section 276B is kicking in. Now we are going as per 279 section. So in this procedural part, AO to initiate the proceedings. This all data is like we have not only few cases where we do conduct surveys and all, we initiate manually. Otherwise, the list whatever we are getting is it is fully automated. No human intervention. Your data is in the system that will throw the cases where whatever as per our yeah AI artificial intelligence tools as per sections, both sections. Wherever there is a now there is a circular also below 25 and 2 months below. Already it is there in the circular, latest circular 2019 I think. Uh, Less than 25, less than 2 months. And also there is assessee one condition is assessee should not be a habitual. Uh, but system is not at all throwing that data. So below 25, below 2 months, it is already there. So that cases are not at all coming. Cumulative in a year, not single. हाँ वो तो सब छोटा मोटा रहता ना. Payments will be running into thousands, and also TDS will be very small, no, in that. So in this procedural part also, what I observed is many like there may not be this type of seminars and all. AO, if you get notice from AO, it is to initiate penalty proceedings and to find out who is the responsible person, and he will give in a certain form to initiate the proceedings to the CIT. That is the AO part. Only to find out who is the principal officer, who are the directors responsible, who is the other persons responsible for this default, or who is the at the helm of the affairs. So that is the AO part. So in this one should be very clear. AO notice means it is not the like it will come to CIT level there, whether it is to be launched or it means fit or not fit to launch the prosecution. That will be decided at CIT level only. These proceedings, I think it is to be very clear. AO will just find out these things and he will send the proposal to the. That's what I wrote because of that. Because many are not knowing uh, proceeding, what are the steps in the proceedings. Then here actual show cause notice will come. Then you have to provide the like if I send director 2 3 directors, you can tell I am not the person who is not at all seeing any financial affairs. Say somebody is seeing only operations, manufacturing activity. He is nothing to do with the finance because that day what decision taken, nobody know. He will not be the at least part of it. If you are in an audit committee or some audit head, he is responsible. CFO, he is responsible. Like that, those things that can be given at the showcase level, at CIT level. And also, what I observed is especially in these companies, real estate sector. So, for some compulsion, because it is a past activity like 1819 or so, so there will be some difficulty or there will be financial crunch. But if I see or if you observe the financials like balance sheet, profit and loss account, all are healthy. Then I asked so many people why this much like healthy balance sheet and this much profit. How you can say there is a crunch? Sir, we made it because we have to give it to banks. No, no. In that case, yeah, that is the actually position is. Otherwise, bank will cut my CC limits or my loans. Ah, yeah. credit rating this, but for a penalty, prosecution proceeding, we, if you say it is the reason, my financial crunch is the reason, that is not reflecting to your balance sheet. So those things you can explain to assessees. So in such cases, there is another way you can file compounding application with CC wherever CC is not there, their principal CC. Yeah, COVID period mostly we are taking lenient view, and also there is a circular for like that part Q4 of March 19. That but that is applicable for Q4 payment only, so not for full year. That, and also same I told you, know, depending on your healthy balance sheet and your profit and loss account, it will be decided. So if not, you are going to like compounding application, then if sanction is given, case will be filed before criminal court. If it is tried and if it is actually, if you lose, there will be 3 months to minimum 3 months, 7 years conviction with a fine. So this is the procedure for prosecution, and as I told you, it will have like we will be having very good idea from starting to end. Depending on that, you can guide your assesses. Okay, na? Thank you. Hmm? Yeah.
Hello. Thank you, sir. Very, very nice deliberation covering all the aspect of TDS along with the amendments made in this finance bill. And now, if any question from the participants, will reply.
Good evening, sir. So my query is related to the relief of Section 90. So while claiming foreign tax credits of SSEs, if it's stated that if the taxable income of the SSE is nil, so I'm giving you an example, sir. Say for the company has income from YouTube. So out there in US they deduct the TDS and then they remit the balance amount. If the company has past losses, such income is adjusted against such income. The SSC is not able to claim the relief, the not able to claim the credit of foreign tax credits because its taxable income during the year is nil. So so this is a revenue loss for the company. No, you cannot claim the credit, sir.
Yeah, it is actually it is like what you have said is the currently in vogue. So if it has to be changed, it has to be changed as an amendment only. So the presently whatever you said is in vogue. So you can't change that, right?
So, but
It requires an
so
amendment. You can send us a note on that.
okay,
You can send us a note on that. What amendment you want also you can suggest so
okay.
that we deliberate and we will push it upwards.
So in present scenario, what should the SSC do of how to means should how do they carry forward this means there's no credit as such, so they cannot carry forward it, right?
Anything beyond the outside the sovereign territory, we also don't have any. We cannot give you refund on that. Also. If it is claimable, then
They will give some certificate, no, for it.
They do, sir.
Ah.
But you means while claiming in the
Hmm.
ITR, sir, it automatically shows that as the
Hmm.
amount is taxable amount is nil, you cannot claim it.
This definitely you send the note because it is very, yeah. It's a very peculiar situation.
This is a practical situation where I'm facing
No,
it.
no, it should be because it is, I told you, no, everything is AI. There is no manual because that much, because if you show that as an income, then it is a refund because it is, there is no tax on your income or below limit. If you file the return, there should be some refund.
Yes, sir. It's a material amount as well.
No, this is,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah, I told you, no, one amendment they have already done for foreign taxes, that is for salary done. There may be some other amendment, or this is more related to system.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So as sir was there, I thought that he has got such versatile experience, sir. Okay, so this
So I have a small query regarding the date of payment. Suppose I'm deducting TDS in this month and the next due is suppose 7th of that month. If I'm paying on 8th, for 1 day delay, I have to pay interest for 2 months. Suppose the last date is September 30th April. If I am paying on 1st May, the system is charging interest 4.5% for 1 day. The interest is 4.5% is very much illogical or very unreasonable. The law is cannot be reasonable. Algebra is there.
No,
For 1 day, you should charge interest for 1 day. You are charging for
this
3 months.
you are talking about interest. Even prosecution also,
Yeah, can you,
same thing is
you'll
there.
ask for the business.
I have seen the data. It's like they are paying like eighth. So that they, it is system is showing 2 months delay, but actually they paid eighth,
1 day.
1 day delay, but system shows 2 months delay.
Complaints cost for not subscribing to the due dates, and it is only system
Yeah.
driven. No human
Sir, there are
interference at
certain
all in this.
quite often sometimes they are complaining reasons.
Yeah.
Nobody is going to willingly they will go
Yeah,
beyond
this
their
is for actually for incentivizing the compliance.
The complaints cost.
I told you, no, that there like 1 to 1.5 they have increased. So complaints uh, is a, like many cases are there for prosecution because now you told you will pay interest penalty everything. Then same case if it is more than 25 lakh, the same case will be picked up for prosecution. Ah,
The as a fiduciary role, you have collected the money and you have it up to 31st, and you don't pay it even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you pay it on realize and pay it on 8. So you have to suffer that. That cross is to be borne, carried.
One more question. In case of property, sir, last question. In case of property, you are giving 10% 10% this thing, and gap, circle rate. But TDS has to be deducted circle rate. Again, notice has coming under section 139. इसमें इतना. What to do? You yourself are allowing 10%, 10%. And again, in this department, this is something that you cannot make this like what to do with that. TDS is not time to give the नहीं सर लेकिन मैं वो है 91 है that is problem.
this problem we can write.
That's the real That
No,
is,
this is suggested.
I think it was introduced last year only. That amendment, it is retrograde amendment. And regarding partnership on TDS,
Yeah.
yeah, the Modi ji is telling it is the ease of doing business. Ease of doing business. It is ease of harassing a citizen. Yeah, it should be ease of harassing a citizen, nothing else.
I told you, no, that's was introduced not for ease of doing. No, no, this widening of tax base. Uh, yes, ma'am. Yeah, Dr. Saab told no. That is a good suggestion because just only now only this new recently introduced section. You can give us because we need a representation from like tax professional bodies, industry bodies, so that it will reach to the policy makers. This is yeah. No, this you combined with already discussed, no? That accounting date and accounting closing date and your year ending date. That is a very good point we have taken out. Taken. Then you have to do these things already introduced. We can't do anything. Now, in compliance level, there is a practical difficulty that we can send as a note. Next year budget, we will see what best they can do.
So basically, it is linked to the book part.
Yes,
And they are using the word credit or payment. The payment, what she said, is a drawing of the capital, how you know? Achha, sir, my question is one of my clients is sending the steel chest and all to the banks and all this. So they deduct TDS under 194Q purchased by them. But they filed the TDS returns, 194C. They say it's our contractual payment. So now it's coming the mismatch. And so one mismatch for the FY 1920, we got that what happens, a proprietary firm has got a bank deposits. Interest goes in the firm's accounts. It's treated to the income from business. So this is a mismatch of TDS claim. So I revised the IT return, excluding the income from fixed deposit to the income from other sources. Now they have said that the SPP interest, 6 lakh 33, you're not shown. I don't know what is SPP interest. I went to the AO. AO says I don't know. So we found out a special plant project or something by the central government. I went to the e-verification department, ICAR annexure. There is a given e-verification, one unit, Rahul Gupta. I went to the e-verification. They say, who's Rahul Gupta? He's from Bangalore, Calcutta, Bombay. And my case has been sent to the faceless assessment 140B. I asked the HDFC Bank, 26 has been explained. Now, so how to solve these issues? I wasted my whole day with the ICAR annexure. At least I got a cup of tea there. But कोई मीनिंग नहीं है ना सर. नहीं नहीं एक कोई नहीं पे देता है सर. हो सकता कि यू माइट बी गेट. हम लोग का तो ये सब अटैचमेंट विद द ऑडिट. यस सर ITR फाइलिंग करने का नहीं देते हैं. And that's the only reason she knows. That's the only reason I didn't keep my son with me in practice. Because उसको वही बोलते हैं. Yeah, sorry.
Sir, as you have from the query you have raised, I think at the assessment stage there is no revenue implication. Revenue we don't get revenue out of this. So we have only system has triggered certain complication. So because of that we had to issue a notice for verifying that at the JAO level, and probably it will end with a zero for us. But your concern is important to us. Kindly give us a small note on that. And no, you can send by mail. No problem. No, no. You can,
So, one query I had, sir.
and one before that.
Sure, sir.
If you are if you think that there is a complication or something which TDS has not been properly dealt with this issue, then you kindly highlight that also, so that we will be enlightened. Sir, sir, now just take, sir, yes, sir. Now just to highlight this, this is not the problem of the law or the department. It is the problem with the vendor or so the deductor who has done it. Now, no, sir, sir, it is a personalized issue now. It is not a systemic or a institutional issue. That person is to be now educated that what he has done is wrong. So we are no. No, no, sir. Actually, we can you can highlight who no, who is the person you can tell us. We can have a meeting with them and have a. We cannot do this. Sir.
Yes.
It is an education program, sir, not anything.
We are
Right.
we are conducting series of seminars like this for like class of assessees, like banks, like government deductors. There we are like taking all this type of issues, and we are educating them. So it is one of the our target to conduct seminars all across the sectors to professional bodies like this, so that you will also got educated, and it can be like filtered to assessees.
So, in so when we make payments to companies like Google and Amazon, if the amount is above the threshold limit, the applicability of TDS arises. However, sir, in all these payments, the SSC needs to make the full payment first, and then they have to deposit the TDS, send the TDS certificate to the company, and then the company sends the refund. Many a times, the company doesn't send the refund of TDS. So, sir, in all these cases where we are taking services from a foreign party like Facebook, like say for a company, any FMCG company, Hindustan Unilever, is making an campaign through Facebook. They need to make payment to Facebook. That amount is above the threshold limit of TDS. So Facebook upfront takes the full amount, right? Now, as the TDS provision set in, so the company needs to deduct TDS, but they have already made the full payment because until unless Facebook receives the full payment, they do not start the ad campaign. So now, sir, now the company needs to send the TDS certificate to a particular address mentioned in their website. This is there for sir, Facebook, Amazon, all such kind of services. However, many a times the company YouTube or some Amazon, Facebook, they do not send the TDS refund. They do not reimburse the TDS amount. And so secondly, this is a working capital that unnecessarily gets blocked by the company also. So if you are making payment to like Google has a business presence in India as well. They have their office in Hyderabad. So you need to take TDS under 194C contract.
Per provision, no, no, they are
But sir, definitely sir. But for companies who are making the payment, how will they claim the credit?
yeah, that is correct. But as you are paying, no,
Yes.
you are paying means either you will deduct fully, or if the other person gives certificate, you will deduct at lower rate. That is the procedure.
No, sir.
That's what he is telling. We are paying fully.
Yes, sir. We are not able to deduct.
Uh,
Books will not get expenses will not be allowed because they are not deducted.
No, no. We have deducted, na. Sir, हमने what we have done.
Deduction is complete only when you pay to the expense.
I have paid to the exchequer. I have paid to the exchequer. TDS certificate gets generated. TDS certificate gets generated, and that TDS certificate is sent to
Understood.
Hyderabad office.
No, understood. What he is saying is 100 rupees he is paying, but he is paying 100. Actually, he has to pay 90 only. That
Sir,
is
sir, let me explain this. This
no, no, I
happens.
understood.
Yeah.
Only their problem. What we have to do in this? No, no, provision nahi. If that is an MNC, they have to abide by the law, no? You have to pay 90 only. Hmm. In our system problem or uh, what TDS department side, you ask us anything, can we do it on this? Uh, hmm. No, no, that cannot be done, na? That cannot be done now. No, let's see. If this is the case, we have to take up with these big companies. Why they are collecting 100%? No, no, it cannot. Like they will have battery of lawyers. They'll be very strict in this. Like I told you, no, I worked in international taxation 5 years. There are so much law abiding type. They will do tax planning. When you will do tax plan, if you know that law only, वही नहीं करना है वही बोल रहा हूँ. Like that, say you are employer, you are paying me say 100 rupees, but there will be a 10% section. So how much you will pay to me? 90 only you will pay, no? 10 you will 10 you will deduct and pay, no? That you will pay. Uh,
Yeah, that is the problem with the modus operandi in this kind. Modus operandi, sir. This happens in one more case. I'm telling you. If you have a PMS account with any share broker, they will charge you professional fees every month, and they will deduct that professional fees out of your corpus, which is lying with them. So there is no scope with you to deduct. So what happens? You have to pay from your pocket, keep on paying 3 months, 6 months, and then generate the TD certificate and give it to them and ask for the reimbursement. This the case is something like that. Here the PMS operator they reimbursing me, and here the Amazon people are not reimbursing. So income tax department has not much to do in this, but this is a problem which we are facing. The client is facing. So if any solution is there with you. Running account. So in the next installment.
just give us the writing with example.
Yeah.
Ah, we have to highlight in the big forum.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Ideally, is gone, no? And if they will be like more or less, they will act, planning will be there, but not evasion type.
Evasion will not be there. Yeah.
वो नहीं रहता.
नहीं करता.
They will do with not
Sir, a small question from you. Uh, in the case of payment to a share broker and money interest payment to a share broker through the bank, this has come up to, in case of one of my client. He is dealing in shares in F&O segment in a big way. So and earning in crores of rupees also. And during the whole year 2020 to 24, he has paid 10 lakhs of interest. So I told him why there is no TDS in this. He should have deducted TDS. But then there is a tripartite agreement between the company, the broker, and the and the bank. In this case, this is ICICI Bank. So ICICI Bank, ICICI Securities, and the client. And he says that there will not be any TDS because the funding is done by the ICICI Bank. It is not the ICICI Securities who is doing the funding. So the interest is going to the ICICI Bank. So the client, my client, he says I cannot deduct the TDS. So is it a correct? Is it a correct thing? How he can deduct for the bank, ICICI Bank, and he is not paying. It is once again being deducted from the. Hmm. 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 Is not funding. It is out of certain transactions that results in some fund which is coming into the client's account through ICICI Bank to in order to meet the margin requirements. Yeah. So, and, yeah, sure. Okay. Hmm. Yes. ICICI Security says no, nothing to do with me. I am just charging my brokerage. That's it. Whatever funding ICICI Bank is giving, they are taking. The deal is designed in such a way that whenever there will be fund requirement, ICICI Bank will step in to fund that. ICICI Securities has nothing to do with that. They are just concerned with their brokerage. If the client is paying to the ICICI Bank through ICICI Securities, that mechanism is there. That's all. Bank. The question is TDS to be done or not. Claim it. Yeah, it will be disallowed, na. If it is not. Yeah. We had a lot of discussions in last 2 3 days about this. We okay, sir. Thank you.
So my question related to TDS on immovable property. One of our SSC has paid the full consideration in two installments. One before the introduction of this provision, and once right now in the current year. TDS has been deducted in the full consideration and has been paid. But in Form 16B, the TDS certificate, it has been allowed for the current installment only, not for the previous one, which has been paid before the introduction of this provision. Sir, the one thing I thought that should I file the correction of the TDS? There I can show that the installment into a lump sum option, because I thought there is no other option regarding this. Okay. And one more case related to immovable property. The seller is a NRI, and SSC has filed wrongly Form 26Q instead of 27Q. Then what is the option, sir? Because the seller is not getting the credit. Yes. It has form is different. So can SSC take the refund and then proceed with the whole process? But there is a one thing, that there is a liability for interest and fine. Yes, it is a different form. And the liability for interest will be there. Okay. Thank you. One year has already been passed. Okay.
Sir, we are trying to file a TDS correction.
complications or technicalities which arise requires only due diligence. A pause before we file. That's all. If it goes out of the hand, then it is gone. Again, you have to go through a very tedious process. Otherwise, it's very simple. Just a little care is required.
Sir, we are filing a TDS correction. It is showing the error of invalid PAN, but the PAN is valid. So, so what to do now? Like, I'm not able to file the correction. PAN have it? Yeah, the same PAN is showing as valid and operative right now. It's the problem with the date. When it has got valid. If it is not valid, it is a candidate. वो समझ नहीं आ रहा है ना? वो कितना वो valid है जो उसके बाद में डेट के बाद वो तो नहीं वो एक ही पैन है उसको कैसे करेंगे सर एक और है सर इसमें एक शॉर्ट ड्यूरेशन दिखा रहा है कुछ अदर्स दिखा रहा है तो वी आर नॉट एबल टू लाइक क्वांटिफाई कि व्हाई द अदर्स थिंग इज शोइंग तो नहीं आ रहा इनसाइट में भी नहीं आ रहा inactivity is a problem. Inactivity वो रिटर्न फाइल करने के बाद
One query, sir.
No, sir, actually that coordination between CPC and the department should be there because the assessing is supreme, sir. Whether it is CPC or TDS department, SS is not concerned with that, sir. And the CPC problem is not today's problem, sir. हाँ सर आई एग्री सर यू आर हेल्पलेस सर लेकिन उसको अपर ऑलमोस्ट करवाइए सर
So one question,
सर
in case sir, in various cases, the SSC wrongly deposited excess TDS, sir. So the same is not refunded or adjusted with the demand payable under TDS.
So, sir, any systematic way is there to get the refund, sir? Sir, I have not been able to get my refund of 50 lakh in my SSA since that 15 years, sir. Since that 15 years, I'm yes, sir. And a person like me, sir. I met Chief Commissioner that time, TCS, TDS. I met so many TDS.
Even in uh, no, you file it. No, this is a live case. We will take up. Yes, Kolkata region. अरे no, करो ना हम we will do it. नहीं नहीं, this like 15 years means we have to go for manual refund. There is a procedure. You can. I will provide you circular also. What is the procedure? These type of refunds are common in non-resident assessment for MNCs. They will do some contract in the midway of payment gone, but there was contract was not fulfilled. But there will be TDS. So they will also one case I did in Bombay, that is 2007-8 case. We gave it in 21 or 22. That those things will be there. That is called manual approval. You will get now also you can see check from department.
But in case I will get.
Yeah, well, that depends on CC, Chief Commissioner. He has to decide.
Property was sold, 1% TDS was deducted. Thereafter, the director filed the return. डिमांड केम कि 20% टैक्स काटो, 20% पेमेंट कर दिया. इसी बीच में आप लोग आधार पेन खोल दिया, 1000 रुपये पेनल्टी दे के आधार पेन लिंक कर दिया. हाँ, अब टीडीएस में 1% दिखा रहा है, 19% पैसा कहाँ से मांगे? तो बायर इज टेलिंग मी कि मेरा 26 डेज में 1% दिखा रहा है, आपने मेरे से 20% पैसा दे दिया, पैसा वापस मेरा पैसा तो टीडीएस में. How to resolve this issue? My question, sir, demand आया, हम पेमेंट कर दिया. नहीं, 1%, I deducted 1%. I didn't know Aadhaar pen was not linked. Thereafter, in the meantime, you had a scheme, no, in between. 1000 रुपये पेनल्टी तो आधार पेन लिंक कर दिया. लिंक करने से वो मेरा 20% घट के टीडीएस 1% हो गया. सामने वाला पार्टी के 26 डेज में 1% ही दिखा रहा है. सामने वाला बोलता है मेरे 20% दिखा देगा, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है हमको. हम कब बोलते हैं दूसरे. नहीं सर, वो बात नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. नहीं, 19% पैसा कौन देगा? हम पेमेंट कर दिया ना, किससे क्लेम करें?
ऑनलाइन करिए. Sir, grievances type, you have to go for first online CPC portal. If it is not resolved, come to us. Write a petition, whatever your problem, how much refund or whatever. That can be resolved. It's a system issue. That's what.
Sir, SSC has paid TDS twice in the March quarter. So the extra payment has been carried forward to the current year, and the extra payment has been utilized in the first quarter of the TDS. But there is still balance in that challenge. So how to use that balance in the second quarter? Because that is showing that it has been used. That challan has been used. Sorry.
You can take it to the next quarter again.
Carry forward to the next quarter. Okay.
See, running account, you don't have any trouble. Running account, you don't have any trouble at all. No panic. And it is a business transaction. There is no complication at all. Only if it's like one-off transactions, like property transactions, you have a scare. But the person who will take the money or not pay the money. But in this type of business, commercial transactions, you don't have any complication. But do the reconciliation fast because the carry forward may come to has to come to an end. Okay.
Sir, we have got a very good interactive session. CIT sir has explained nicely all the provisions assisted by his team. Most of the queries, whatever was possible, has been resolved to our satisfaction. Some queries are still pending, as has been suggested by the team. The querist should forward the facts in detail to us, and accordingly we'll forward them in a detailed way with a memorandum to CIT sir, so that I am hopeful the queries will be resolved in a time bound manner. Now I request our convener Sri Pankaj Verma ji, and before that we have to do what honors. I request our secretary R.K. Dhaniwal ji.
Now, the time to honor our speaker, sir, CIT, sir. I request our past president, C. R.K. Vyas, to hand over a memento on behalf of our association and give him a big round of applause for such a wonderful deliberations. And Bhagavad Gita also. Yeah. Now I request our president, to hand over a memento to our chairman of the session, Dr. Paras Kochar. Please give him a big round of applause for conducting the session so nicely. And a Bhagavad Gita also from our convener, Pankaj Verma. We have few copies of Bhagavad Gita, which we will give to each member of the team. A small token of appreciation for sir, all of you to come here and grace the occasion. हाँ हैं हाँ हाँ है ना जा रहे हैं पंकज जी इज गोइंग हाँ I think everybody has got. Thank you so much once again, and a big thank you to all of you for attending. And
Good evening. On behalf of BED Bag Professional Association, I am very much thankful to CIT sir, Sri Paras sir, and all the delegates who attended very interactive session, and all queries has been solved. Some exceptions is there that will be solved later on. Thank you all.